I'm doing better than I was the other day. I didn't mean to knock that down at all.
So did it not go as bad on your side of the ball? And Mark was pretty fuming.
It was a little bit better. It was a little bit better on our side of the ball today. We had pretty good focus till we went into our blitz segment of practice. We had a couple miscues there. Yesterday we were slow starting, but picked it up toward the end. Questions?
Mark said, you guys gave one guy more of the reps yesterday. Obviously, the hope is he takes the reins and runs with it. And he was really unhappy with how that went. Where is the quarterback situation right now?
Yeah, well, we're giving. We gave one guy most of the reps. When I say most of them, I don't think we're in a position where we can go like 90-10 or 95-5. We're more in that 70-30, 65-35, because there hasn't been as much separation as I would like. But we did the same thing today. The one that got the majority of the reps did perform much better today. And to be honest, Tuesdays are sometimes we throw a lot at our guys on Tuesday. Try to give them put our people in the worst case scenarios. So sometimes our Tuesdays are slow, especially to start, and then we usually pick it up as the week goes.
So is the guy who got all the reps on Tuesday the same guy who got all the reps?
Yes.
And still a mystery.
Still a mystery.
When are you going to decide what's going to do?
I've got a plan. I've really had a plan since Monday, and the thing about it is we've got a plan going into it. We're going to give that quarterback an opportunity, but then the other one's going to be ready. Like I said, in a normal situation, basically what I've done in the past, and because I've been a one quarterback guy most of everywhere I've been, to be honest with you, and we've been about 85-90% rep wise to that one individual. Here we just haven't had the separation that we needed to. And neither one of them have taken the job, have gone out and earned it. So we've been splitting reps, and then this week we've added reps to one individual, but it's still not overwhelming. You know what I mean? So the guy that goes out and doesn't perform well, the other quarterback comes in. He's got plenty of reps in practice where he'll be able to perform.
Stoop sounded immensely frustrated just by the situation itself, that no one is stepping forward.
Yeah,
how frustrating is it for you?
Yeah, it's frustrating. I think we've got to play better at that position. I think if we play better at that position, the whole unit plays better. I don't think there's any question about that. I'm not discouraged because there's bright spots. It's kind of like the whole unit. Frustrated. Obviously, I was frustrated after the game. Y'all could tell that. But I'm not discouraged because I do see bright spots. I'm just not seeing it consistently.
What's the fewest amount of plays you've run in a game? I think you guys had like 40-something odd plays against Florida.
Yeah.
What's the fewest amount of plays you've run in a game?
Yeah, I think I don't know. John will put something on his blog later, but I don't know. I cannot remember running that few plays. Okay, I cannot remember running that few plays, and it's a combination. They were converting third downs and fourth downs, and then we weren't. We had 7 possessions, and I think 3 of those were 3 and outs. 3 of them were really productive drives as far as plays against that defense. We got to finish better, but it was, and that was. I think if we had a few more at bats, we could have done a few more things.
How much is it the guys around the quarterback versus the quarterback?
It contributes. There's no question. We're a timing passing offense. Last week we had difficulty getting open. Now, we won't be the only ones during the year that have a difficult time getting open against those people. I think they were very good in the secondary, and I think everybody's well aware of that. But it is. We're playing three freshmen and a junior college kid, and they've got to keep getting better. But our timing's still work in progress.
Spurrier said that offenses are putting 7 players on Clowney. Is that your plan going into this?
If they let us play 15, we'd do that for sure. I mean, you have to account for him. There's no question. I mean, he's a dynamic player. I mean, any adjective you want to use, I mean, it's accurate. I mean, he's big, he's strong, he's explosive. You have to account for him because he's so disruptive. And I think his numbers are probably down a little bit, but it's really a credit to him because people are accounting for him with 2 or 3 people, and we'll have we'll have times when our tackles have to protect him one-on-one, but for the most part, we're going to give those guys some help.
Is he especially worrisome after last week, what you saw last week? Mark said he, as a defensive coach, he's never had an offensive line, give 2 freebies. And
yeah, that was poor. Just one complete mental mistake on Darian's part, and then another one, communication by our center and our right guard. So that was frustrating because we really did a pretty good job in protection, and we gave Fowler those 2, gifts. Hopefully maybe he'll send us something in return. But yeah, that won't be an issue. We'll get those corrected. I don't think you'll see those. We may get beaten one-on-one situations, but I don't see us blowing those calls again.
Was that really surprising and unusual from Darian in particular?
Yeah, it was.
Your most veteran guy out there.
Yeah, it was.
Are you running back to chip a guy like Clowney?
Yeah, we have. We did a little bit against Florida, and I think you got to do several things because he's so good. If you give him the same look all the time, then he adjusts. He adjusts. Whether you put 2 on him, you help with the tight end, a fullback, you chip with your running back. I think you got to mix it up, and we will.
How do you balance? Like you said, Florida's a really good defense, so you didn't do what you wanted to do. But how do you balance when you go back and look at the video and what you want to do moving forward for the fact that you're playing probably the best or one of the top 2 or 3 defenses in the country last year?
You take it into account. I think what you got to do in our type of situation, I think Coach Stoops did a good job of talking to you on Monday about it, is you got to take the positives. And here's the good news for us, okay? And it's not what I want it to be, but it is. Against Louisville, when we didn't execute in critical situations, we had 3 and 4 people. On those short yardage situations, we had 3 and 4 people that didn't execute. All right. Now, it's still not good, but it's better. We only had 1 this time. It was 1 person, whether it was the receiver didn't win in one-on-one coverage, or the quarterback made a bad throw, or like our O-line, 1 person, messed up the protection. So now we've got it down, instead of 3 or 4, it's 1 person. And we've got to continue. We've got to take the positives because we did some good things. We had, I think, 3 really negative yardage plays in that game that really hurt us and kind of made our stats worse than even they would have been. But we got to take the positives and build off those.
Were there
guys who stood out for what they did against that defense to you?
Yeah, we our stats don't show it because we had those negative yards plays and we didn't get very many plays, but we actually ran the ball pretty effectively. We blocked much better on the perimeter, and we played the game really for the first time all season. We played how you're supposed to play as far as from a physicalness standpoint and from an effort standpoint. We played how we teach our guys to play.
You put some kind of new starters and surprises in on the offensive line. What are you trying to get from?
We got to get better production. That's it. That's exactly. We've been we went with Toth at center because we felt like he was more athletic, and he's not where we want him to be, but he's getting better. I'm encouraged by how he's getting better. At left guard, we weren't getting the production. That position was hurting us, and we gave Godby an opportunity, and he was more productive in the game Saturday, and he'll get the start again.
You talked about the 2 quarterbacks that have been as far as the production. It's been a new point in the season.
Well, we've got to find somebody to step up that position, no question. I don't. Moving forward, and I try not to get too far ahead of ourselves. I'm trying to worry about South Carolina, not necessarily next year yet. But moving forward, we want to, in the future, we want to be a 1 quarterback system. I think that's the way Coach Stoops and myself would like for it to be.
Folks, we need to move on to the play.